Oh, oh, oh.
Is it just me, or does this Demiurge matrix
Look different.
feel completely dead? It's nothing like how the memo keeper described it.
Yeah.
The environmental readings are all wrong. Conclusion. This must be what the kernel actually looks like in the real world.
Oh, yeah.
What did Zandar do to the scepter?
Ruined it, apparently. I mean, yeah, because he, made it do things for his own benefit, so, I mean, it's probably been like this for a long time. I mean, he made himself the administrator.
At the end of light, there must be silence. Certain, pure, and absolute darkness.
Not the time to quote the Lord of Silence. Bad omen. Either way, we have to press on.
Oh, that's great. But Kakamon was the Lord of Silence, right? Or, no. Lord of Silence was one of the Eons, weren't they? Kakamon had a cool nickname like that, though.
Until we uncover the truth behind the 13th Titan.
Yeah.
The buried past is the key to stopping Iron Tomb. That is, if it even exists.
Oh, don't worry. It does. Cyrene.
Zandar says the Demiurge never existed. Who actually buys that? You can erase the records, but not the truth.
Yeah, no. That was rule number 1. Zandar lies and tells half-truths. He's done it since the beginning. He'll say whatever he has to say to get his way. He is not a reliable narrator. It is true, the half-truth is that something did happen to the 13th Titan, though.
It vanished too cleanly. No traces. Like someone's yelling, "Look, there's nothing here."
Yeah.
Too bad I'm the type who can't resist digging deeper.
Too bad.
Looks like I'll be counting on you again, Screwy. Let's tear the system inside out.
Always happy to help. But as your academic partner, I have to ask.
Yeah?
Herta, what if we fail?
Ooh. If we fail, the universe is gonna be in a lot of pain.
Let's say the Demiurge really doesn't exist. Do you have a backup plan?
Ooh.
A backup plan? Of course. If we can't find the key,
We run.
we turn the lock into the key.
Oh, what do you mean?
That plan's cost is incalculable. It shouldn't even be on the table.
Turn the lock into the key.
Huh? Then let's hope we never have to use it.
Indeed.
There's no point worrying about the end just yet. One step at a time. Let's go. We don't want to leave the others waiting.
No, you do not.
You brought what
Timing
I
is
asked
important.
for, right?
A butterfly has to land on the branch before it can dance. We'll need a wide open platform before her entrance.
Oh. Before Stell's entrance or Cyrene's entrance? I see you back there. And you. The righteous nymph. We promised to have each other's backs, but in the end, some brother it is that turned out to just be fair-weather friends. When trouble came, it abandoned me. Asshole. That's not all. It wants to run. Fine. Why kick me down? Now I'm stuck here, my pride crushed beneath these rocks. Whatever. We were brothers after all. If it is still alive, give it my regards. Feel bad for this nymph.
Make sure you keep it safe.
Alright, I'm actually gonna switch to Herta, I think.
Take a look. This is pure genius.
Might as well use that as well. I'm guessing there is. It's unusual for you to be at the start. How many chests are there? Only 15. This place is unique. A lot of puzzles. Oh, prophecy tablets. Oh no, they're all different ones. Just one is a prophecy tablet. Oh, wait, where are we? Bridge is over here. And down here. Actually, there's a lot of...
Just use that thing over there,
Zagreus? Is it still called a Hand of Zagreus now? Shouldn't it be a Hand of Cyphera? What are you guys still doing here?
What a dumb name. I hereby rename it Herta's Big Hand.
Oh, what a beautiful name. Herta's Big Hand. Where are there coins? Do we have any? Maybe we don't. Is that breakable?
Herta's Big Hand is what I call power.
Nice.
Keep it going. Still not done? What is this? Finally, all set. Time for your precious treasure to make its debut.
Of course.
A
Just
freaking
give me a second.
spaceship.
Target initialized. With these wings, hacking should be much more efficient.
Ugh. We have a... Is that like Zagreus's... Or not, is that Zandar's spaceship or something? I need that hand. The hand of Herta. Or Herta's big hand, sorry. Come on, move. I was just about to get out. Just about to get out. I was only a second away from leaving this place, but it suddenly stopped working. Can someone plug this band's power cable back in? Grr. Sorry, not gonna happen. I mean, this is what it supposedly really looks like, but should the nymphs and everything still be here then?
Oh, a classic nuclear heat engine. Classy choice.
Just a personal preference. Her name's Mistletoe.
What a beautiful name. Wait, is this your ship? If so, how's it here?
Every flower in your garden's got a bit of poison, huh?
Also a personal preference.
It reminds me of the last time when we tangled with that punk Lordian brat. What did you
Punklordian.
call this kind of infiltration tool again? Right. Dirty data shell.
Wait,
Wraps around the kernel to fool even top-tier firewalls.
are you talking about Silverwolf?
But yours is way too clean. Not even a hint of real-world grit.
Herta, your tone is unusually emotional.
Yeah.
Suggestion. Let's get back to the topic at hand.
I mean, this is a big undertaking.
I thought we were done with that conversation.
Unfortunately, current conditions won't let me ignore any variables,
Right.
especially the most important one, your will.
Smart, screw 'em.
Iron 2 never stops. It is evolving faster than any of our worst projections.
Yikes.
Every instant in the Eon's calculation is like a sword hanging over the cosmos. Every move humanity makes could speed up its arrival.
Or slow it down, right?
Which is exactly why we can't mess this up. And now, Droidhead wants to hand down judgment to the poor cosmos again. Border Star Trade War, Emperor's War, Rupert's death. Every time their instant arrived, it meant another bloodbath for humanity.
Yeah.
But in this ultimate battle of erudition, you and I are supposed to be players, not pawns.
Good point. Or at least, like, knights or rooks or something.
If you choose to burn yourself out as a resource, then everything we've worked for means nothing. Herta, the cosmos won't just stand by and let a genius throw their life away.
Oh, by the cosmos, do you mean the erudition, or?
And neither will I.
Aw. Yeah, he cares about you.
No need to kill the mood. This is why we're here, isn't it? We need to find the Demiurge and that lost key.
It did say something in that trailer about Herta potentially making a sacrifice. Right?
I'm not here to be a deliverer. I just want to beat Zandar and Droidhead.
You want to beat Droidhead? You're playing against Droidhead? Or you just mean change what its instant calculates?
Right now, I just need to know. Are you with me?
Of course. Time to board. After you.
Let's tidy this place up and see what this Demiurge really is.
Yeah. A wonderful lady is what? Is there a chest down here?
Take a look. This is pure genius in action.
No. All right. Activate Mistletoe.
Let's hope this Matrix is better organized than the Emperor's junkyard of a birthplace.
It's like a ride.
Buckle up. We're hacking in. This is...
Wow.
This whole space has been completely tainted by some kind of energy.
The black
I see
tide.
it too. We're thinking the same thing. Zandar, how could you go this far? Turning your own graveyard into this.
Right.
What's that up ahead?
A firewall?
Katorzane algebraic expressions.
Oh, yeah.
It's built for isolation, not defense.
Trojan Program Mistletoe 1. Mistletoe is Scrollum's personal collection piece, an elegantly designed Trojan program. Click the cruise button to start flying. Click again to switch to the hover state. Use the directional buttons to steer Mistletoe. Click the accelerator button for a temporary speed boost. Click the exit button to end flight. Toggle the vertical inversion option to change the flight controls. The Mistletoe is equipped with an auto cruise program. Click the auto cruise button. Mistletoe will automatically fly to the navigation point. All right.
So basically, the door to the tomb, right? Great. Let's find the handle.
Right.
I'm picking up multiple independent signals with the same data structure as the barrier. Projection. We can hack the terminal, reverse the computation, and turn it into an attack.
Classic move. Use their own systems against them. Take us to the nearest one.
Will do. So you want to force me to use that? All right. My mouse is gone, but switching to hover. So I can't go back, can I? Oh, I can. Nice. Can I descend? What was descend? Maybe that's all for later. Alright, screw it. More. Never expected we get to fly a spaceship in this. Or, sorry, a Trojan virus. There we go. No relaunch required. Hey, where's the puzzle? I guess this is the puzzle. Or not a puzzle, but what was listed as one.
Almost no response. Just as I feared. Not promising.
Well, there's more than one.
The output is barely a third of what we need. Logic says we'll need multiple terminals to coordinate the strike.
You think there are multiple?
Locking onto the next one now.
Find anything else?
Regarding the origin of these ruins, no logs found yet. Zandar erased all records.
Of course he did, the bastard.
But I did find some interesting scars in the circuit. High energy radiation, internal imaginary energy contamination. From what I know, there's only one thing that fits.
What?
Skip the science talk, Screwy. That thing only goes by one name. The Stellaron.
Oh. It is a Stellaron. It's always a Stellaron.
Exactly. Zandar blew one up just to clean the entire scepter system.
Is that possible? You could just blow up a Stellaron? Are there ramifications to that? Is it like the biggest bomb imaginable? If so, why don't we do that to other Stellarons?
So that's what he meant by killed that Titan with my own hands.
Killed it with a Stellaron. That little shit. Poor Cyrene. Assuming she is that 13th Titan.
He wanted to turn the neuron of the erudition into a relay for the destruction. That meant getting rid of all of it at all costs.
Yeah.
The life form known as the Demiurge was the original target of the Scepter's extrapolation.
Right. To what end is the question there?
It makes sense. Evernight calling it the first new spore confirms this viewpoint. The prime mover of life. That's what Scepter Delta ME-13 was originally tasked with. Even after it got scrapped, the query kept running.
Right.
Yet the true value lies in the process of solving it, not the answer itself.
So, not 42?
Then, does this mean finding the Demiurge is hopeless?
No, I'd say exactly the opposite. It means Zandar had no control. He couldn't contain the Demiurge just like he couldn't handle Droidhead.
Right.
So he tried to erase every trace.
And mostly succeeded, but, well, he missed the one.
But he failed. It still left a mark. By the way, if there's another Stellaron in Amphorius,
In the form of Cyrene.
why hasn't that little one reacted to it at all?
That's a good question.
You said the Demiurge left a trace, right?
Yeah, but not in the real world. Remember the great tomb of the Nameless Titan?
Yeah. I mean, well, we know Stell reacted with Cyrene. Oh, hello there.
Oh.
I wonder if that, though, Cyrene, I don't know, maybe You destroy the Demiurge with a Stellaron. There's a second Stellaron, maybe it's tied to that Titan now. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. During flight, you can open the map to check your waypoints. Nice. Select the waypoint icon and click Start Cruise. Nice. Yeah, but it's more fun to manual. Or if this mechanic will come back. So we're not actually getting out anymore. There's two.
Trailblaze Archive 466. The data from Philia 093 clearly indicates that the Demiurge did in fact enter Amphorius's extrapolation.
Philia, that is Cyrene.
Inside that world, it was the 13th forgotten Titan, the one who listened to 30 million cycles of Cyrene's memory.
Right.
But Evernight said the opposite. She believed that tomb was empty from the start.
Good point. It wasn't just Lygus saying that.
The nameless Titan never existed. The so-called listener was just a trap set by the Remembrance to steal the scepter.
A mimetic entity full of theatrics. How much of what she's saying is true? Would an Eon really speak in circles like this? I doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to understand Eons, though.
The Remembrance's behavior is certainly odd, but her assessment aligns with our current reality. Since we entered the Matrix, we haven't found a single clue pointing to the Demiurge.
And that's the key, Screwy. Zandar's actions prove the Demiurge exists. But what Evernight said, and what we've actually seen all point to the opposite.
Right. Just doesn't mesh.
So we have to assume that both are true. And if that's the case, then the contradiction leads us to...
The truth.
Yeah. Which is what?
Exactly. One last terminal. One final key. Time to crack open the kernel.
Pause the flight. Yeah, pause the flight.
Zandar had to lie to the original Finan and Cyrene.
Right.
Logic. He had already identified the Remembrance as a threat, yet found no viable way to eliminate it.
Right.
All right. Let's finish this. Time to break through that barrier.
I don't know, I mean, the impression I've gotten thus far was that Cyrene...
Stream 4.
These things just not care about us. Was that Cyrene is and is not the Demiurge. Maybe she wasn't originally, but when she did the thing, when she made her choice with Finan all those cycles ago, maybe she merged with the Demiurge or something.
Life is a puzzle in and of itself.
I got on top of the chest.
Seek, and you will find.
All right. Let us continue. Where to next? Back to the beginning. And halt. Break it. Nice.
Operation authorized. Path energy readings. The erudition. declining.
Oh.
The destruction, surging.
Ew.
The remembrance, 0.
Interesting. Really?
What's going on?
No kidding. Huh.
Cause unknown. They left no discernible trace within the real Matrix.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be possible. Could it be that the Era Nova exhausted all of the Remembrance's texture?
Maybe?
Log it for now. The dots still aren't connecting.
No, but I'm very curious what picture this will paint in the end.
Stream forward. Gleam of old blades.
Oh, hi there. Survey nymph. First time in this massive space, huh? Quite a shock, Kirk. But I've already scouted every corner of this place, especially that cannon. Look, it's already aimed at you. Just kidding, Kirk. You little troll. All right. Onward. Oh. Those are new. The Quatorzain algebraic expressions barrier has been deactivated. Scrotum has deployed multiple acceleration rings. Oh, nice. That'll be fun. Let's do it. Nice.
God. I was expecting a full-on aerial brawl.
Yeah.
It's advised to remain vigilant. The destruction's levels are still rising.
Sure. What?
What's the matter?
Interesting. I just picked up a signal from the Exomyth.
Oh no. Is that when he gets rid of an Axa? But this is one of the last ones we'll ever do. No, these ones aren't activated. All right, what do we got here? Not another gun. Oh, we have another one of these. And I will take you as well, of course. Thank
Oh,
you.
You want this?
I do.
Fine. Take it and amuse yourself.
What do we have here? It's Black Tide-esque looking. It was the corruption. Well, no, not quite. Never mind.
This repulsive force is unlike anything I've felt before. Is this the place?
Maybe.
Correct. Judging by its defensive properties, this is the entrance to the Exomyth.
Oh.
I didn't expect that. Who builds a lab in the middle of digital rubble?
Zandar, apparently.
Then again, never doubt a dead man's resolve. So how's our dearly departed doing?
Talking about him?
He severed part of his neural pathways to break free from Lord Anaxagoras' control.
Okay, so you do know about that.
But that
Good.
also triggered the failsafe I set. Conclusion. Xander has lost all combat functionality and is no longer capable of action.
Rip. I love that. I'm glad you set a failsafe, knowing he would try eventually. And also good, we don't have to worry about Xandar interfering anymore then, at least not physically. That doesn't make Iron Tomb any less of a threat, though.
So now he's a spectator. Literally.
Apparently so. Can he intervene at all anymore? Even not like as a combat capable person, but in other ways? Or is he truly, finally, relegated to the audience seat, to the peanut gallery?
Screwy, can you open a path? Just to be sure, I want to see this for myself. Might as well drop in and say hi to the real him.
Yeah.
Logic. Scanning his inspiration circuit might help us track down the Demiurge.
There we go.
Exactly. His brain is the crime scene. There's no way it's spotless.
Naxa was scouring it too.
But it could be a trap.
Could.
That's why you're here. 2-on-1. We've never lost that matchup.
Yeah, you guys are a great duo.
I'm honored. The chronocognitive anchor is in place. Proceed when ready.
That'll allow us to bypass. Move forward, even I can't touch it. Interrogation nymph. I keep questioning myself. If the end of a nymph's life is only this inescapable void, why keep pushing the boulder uphill, Kirk? And it's funny you say that. We met a nymph before that... There was a nymph we met before that was pondering pushing boulders up hills as well. The answer is, of course we must move forward, Kirk. Good answer, I suppose. All right, let's press it, or touch it. Here for real.
I knew it. The one thing I didn't want to happen.
Like, because when I was here, when Stell was here, I don't think she was physically here. Her body wasn't here. Because her body is still aboard the express car, right? It was just her mind that was here. Well, actually, that might be the same for them. I don't know if their bodies are physically here either.
He's not here.
That bastard.
The coordinates are accurate. Xander is still here.
You have him actively tracked then.
However, his position is shifting rapidly and chaotically. This pattern doesn't match any known shielding technology.
Well, he is the first genius, so he's probably got a few tricks up his sleeve, or in his hard drive.
It's his domain. Stay alert.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, it is. It's the Chrysosairs.
Cheap trick.
Seriously.
The spatial field here is undergoing autonomous recalibration, initiating reverse engineering of the interference source.
Please hurry.
Try again.
And Screwy
We're back.
is... Where would we be without Screwy, honestly?
Reverse engineering complete. The results are not what I expected.
Yeah?
Logs show Lycurgus revoked administrator access.
Wait. His administrator access has been revoked? Or he revoked your administrator access?
The chronocognitive anchor can't get a fix because at the system level, Lygus no longer exists.
Oh.
Our navigation target is a null set.
Huh. Wait, oh, hold on. Didn't we learn that was one of the things that Saridra changed? That she revoked his access?
So he's stopped resisting?
Before vanishing, it seems he left one last message for us.
Too late. I win. Or something like that.
To those who follow, all is proven. Find me beneath the tombstone.
Oh, Lygus. Zandar.
Melodramatic.
Very. But I don't know, that's what billions of years does to a person, I guess.
He was expecting us. And once he learned of the Great Tomb's existence, he initiated his own search for the Demiurge.
Right.
Guess he wants a final showdown. Fine. Let the old Intellitron dig his own grave. Just like he wants.
But hold on. That means he had to acknowledge he was wrong and that Anaxa was right? Did Anaxa get the chance to tell him I told you so? I feel like he would revel in that.
To be in the purest light is to be in the purest dark. Nothing exists there.
What's that from?
The Scepter's main frame. Or maybe we should now call it the Lord Ravager's placenta.
Well, let's, to keep the metaphor, let's abort that Lord Ravager.
Unfortunately, we still haven't found anything.
Really? I don't think so. Not finding anything is our biggest find.
An interesting way to... Expand, if you would.
Please elaborate.
Thank you, yes.
If the Demiurge was destroyed, there'd be at least some bits of it left.
Right.
I don't buy that a Stellaron could have blasted all the traces away as cleanly as a scalpel.
See, I wasn't sure about that. Because, it's a Stellaron, and I didn't even think they could be destroyed. And if they could be, I imagine it would be, well, calamitous.
As I said before, its disappearance is too clean. If the garden hadn't stirred the pot, no one would even know about the Demiurge's existence.
Right.
We're talking about the Scepter's original extrapolation goal. There's no way that nothing of it was left behind.
It's almost like the Scepter is protecting it.
Or we can look at it from another perspective. If you were Zandar, would you be this obsessed with a concept that poses no threat?
Nope.
Would you guard against it at every turn?
Absolutely.
There is the possibility that he's naturally meticulous
not, rather.
and hates variables.
He does, but if he was that confident and it wasn't a variable...
That does track with the impression he gave about himself. But Zandar shut that theory down himself just now. Choosing to act, even if it'll cost him dearly. We know that feeling well.
Yeah.
The unknown is right in front of us. So we only have one choice. Solve it.
And we will.
You sound pretty convinced. Surely you already have a theory. Care to share?
Of course. Though I don't have hard proof, I'm almost certain
Please.
that the Demiurge has been in everyone's plain sight all this time. Yet,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure... I mean, we already saw the Demiurge and talking to Cyrene, and it was Cyrene, right? Though there was also that actual block-like thing.
they were mistaken for someone else.
Demiurge hiding in the form of Cyrene.
That'd make the most sense. Why was the room empty? Because the person locked in there had run away ages ago.
Oh, I love Detective Herta.
But they were weak and small and had no presence whatsoever.
Right.
Even the old Intellitron didn't notice them.
I mean, presumably, the mem we got to know was the Demiurge taking the form, well, eventually taking the form of Cyrene. Cyrene is the one who told it all the stories, right? Gave it all the memories.
Which also means there's a high chance that their powers are minuscule and cannot alter the outcome of the battle at all.
But they've been growing.
Well, at least Zandar is scared of them. Come on, it's time to confront him. Let's go to the tombstone he talked about.
Right. You're gonna fly into that light?
has. Total devastation.
He sought to bury the truth beneath absolute destruction.
Right.
Logically sound, but ruthlessly extreme.
Still, slim chances doesn't mean no chances.
No.
I've hunted down a single grain of sand in the universe before. This won't stop me.
What did you hunt down that grain of sand
Calculation
for?
results. Your backup plan has a success rate infinitesimally close to 0.
Yeah.
Which means it could work, no?
No. Yes, but no.
This is the place below the tombstone.
Let's open Lygas's coffin like he wanted.
I like that. Lygas's future coffin. But
Looks like you were right.
damn, this place. Yeah, no, but infinitesimally close to 0 is... it's 0. Infinitesimally small is basically the inverse of infinity. You know, 1 over infinity. Oh, hey there. Oh yeah, this is where we ascended. Isn't it? Flame chase nymph. Hey, traveler, ready to become a hero? The power of these gathered core flames will surely light up the endless night. The dawn wished for by both humans and nymphs is almost here, Kurt. This is basically the true vortex of Genesis, isn't it? I'm ready. Excellent. That is the spirit. Then let us set off toward the end of the story, Kurt. It is nearing the end, though. I mean, I have no way of knowing how long this act actually is. We could be there or have hours to go. Not even counting Iron Tomb. Zandar, you seem to have lost your head a bit.
Nothing but a head left? Oh, who'd have thought you'd look this bad in real life?
Who killed him, though? Finan, maybe?
My elated greetings.
I mean, before that had no effect on him, but I don't know if that's different now.
Welcome, you two.
Damn it.
I'm very happy that you responded to my final words.
Of course he's okay.
All this tombstone, final words. Did you end yourself to atone for your guilt or something?
Absolutely not. You think this guy has any guilt?
Iron Tomb is already powerful enough. I just need to wait.
Yeah, it's been his whole strategy this entire time is to just run down the clock, basically. Yeah.
I remain here only to share the joy of discovery, and also to congratulate you two on reaching the same conclusion as me.
Which conclusion are you referring to?
The conclusion regarding the truth of Amphorius's heart.
End this charade already. That Amphorius's heart you're talking about is just a missing Demiurge.
Yeah.
And its corresponding vessel was this very scepter. You interfered with the experiment and made Amphorius's body into a hollow shell, all to incubate Iron Tomb within.
Right.
That's why you either killed or kicked out all of the Memo Snatchers. You wanted to eliminate any chance of a consciousness coming into being, no matter the cost.
Consciousness for Iron Tomb?
Even the strongest wall can fall to a single crack. The memory of betrayal has been etched into my heart, and I will never show mercy.
Betrayal by whom? Or what? by the erudition.
Now, the perfect
Or
vessel
Kaslan.
has already
Right.
fused with Amphorius's body.
That's right. They established that like 2 acts ago, I think.
Unfortunately for you, the answer is all but revealed regarding who the Demiurge is.
Yeah.
Then let us share the joy of discovering the truth. The last secret of the saga will finally dissipate here.
Even as a non-administrator, he still manages to be exceptionally smug.
As we reveal the truth behind Filius 093's disappearance. A lie by the remembrance.
Oh, she has a name, and it's not Philia, it's Cyrene. We're gonna get a...
Where should I start with the story
Yeah.
about me?
Wherever you want.
From the beginning of the universe?
Oh, this is actually the Demiurge, isn't it?
Just kidding. That would be too much. I just want to tell a teeny story.
Please, anything.
So little that it started with a seed.
There you are. Yeah, that's the block we saw earlier.
I know you're listening, my good friend.
Yeah. ... Or execute command or input. It's a command line input. ...
The god in my dream told me that the world sprouted from a seed.
Fuli told you. Sprouted from a seed. I mean, in a way.
It grew into a great tree named Amphorius, and time became its branches and leaves, basking in the light.
Yeah, I guess you could call the scepter a seed.
What a coincidence. Dappled light coming through the leaves is my first memory as well.
Oh,
On a very ordinary early morning, beneath the village's biggest tree. The daughter of Ide Silicii quietly came into this world.
it's interesting how central Ide Silicii actually is. Form image. Oh, that tree with your swing.
What a moving opening. A loud cry was the first gift the child gave to the world. The prophecy's fulfilled, the villagers say. This child is a gift from the Titans.
Is she not? I mean, so you both are and aren't Cyrene.
Pink hair and sharp ears, she was born to be the priest of time.
Wait, she had sharp ears back then? Huh. Because she didn't have them in any of the stuff we saw with little Cyrene. But then again, this story is full of unreliable narration. Especially when the remembrance is involved.
The Titans also gave their blessings. You shall fade when the flowers bloom, for every ending begets a beginning. Flowers will bloom and wilt. What a beautiful ending. This page concluded in laughter. Cry loud, child. Let your voice reach Orynyx.
Of course, you are the 13th Titan as well, right? Not just a priest of time. Record. Undefined record number 6. Archived.
Anyway, I don't like tears.
Aw.
Time quietly flowed by in the midst of laughter. The wind from my hometown caressed the ears of wheat, and there were swings, wind chimes, the sea, and the little fairies off-tune a cappella songs.
It's a lovely home, and the fairies are adorable. Form image. There they are.
But the name Ide Celestii came from the unpleasant sorrows of the gods.
What voice are you imitating?
My childhood friend did not understand.
Oh.
Yet you always seemed so happy, as if nothing ever worried you.
Wait. Yeah, the name Ide Celestii came from the unpleasant sorrows of the gods.
Why was I like that then? That's because the world was gentle to me.
Aw.
So I grew up to be gentle as well.
You grew up into the finest person. Record. Undefined record, or not record, record. Undefined record number 28, archived.
But fate was fickle, and it urged the child to grow up.
As they must.
To grow bigger and bigger, and to go to places far away. Just like how the crumbling world could not preserve an eternal hometown. Just as the ballad blown on the breeze says, losses are a constant on the flame chase journey.
Right. There she is. Did she actually have sharp arrows and we just never noticed? Maybe they grew sharper with age or hidden under her hair.
Oh, whose ears are pricked up now? You definitely heard me say this sentence a lot of times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know that the story starts to deviate from here. Aren't you looking forward to it? Then let's get started.
Please.
The hero's journey crosses through the long night, through tears and laughter, and once again heads towards tomorrow.
To the dawn. Record. Undefined record number 496, archived. Parsing object information 093. Form image. There she is. Little Cyrene. Record.
Correction. Philia 093's record number 496. Archived.
Yeah, because you have both Philia 093, who was Cyrene, but then also the Demiurge, who is Cyrene, right? System running. That looks like a cage. Delta ME13 /Emphorius /IronTomb.exe runtime error. Oh, good. If we can blue screen of death Iron Tomb, that would be fantastic. Program from an unknown publisher. Delta ME13 Demiurge /Philia093.exe. Allow write access? Yes. Allow. Running Philia093.exe. There she is.
Hi. Miss me yet?
Always. Oh, the Demiurge is caged.
I'm just messing with you. This is the first time I have met you.
Is this her telling her stories?
And it looks like it'll also be the last.
Is this what she saw?
Philia 093.
Since we don't have all day, let's get started, shall we?
Aww,
As always, I'll read this book to you.
of course.
That way it won't just be Cyrene's memories alone. Where should I start this time? Let me see.
Yeah. The Demiurge becomes Cyrene because of the 33,500,337 stories she tells it, probably. She allowed it to undergo its recurrences, its extrapolations, despite Lycus's efforts to eliminate it.
Formatting complete. 0, 9, 3. Size. Grayscale. Proportions. Threshold. Outputting analysis result.
Learn.
Philia 093 equals Peach.
She is a peach. Save.
Peach's record. Number 8128. Archived.
And again and again. System running. IronTomb.exe runtime error. An unhandled exception occurred. 1 out of 3. Object name. Every page of record. Click excerpt to ignore the error and continue. Click details to view the full log. Details, please. Running Philia.093.exe.
Look, what a magnificent sight.
So, love the song that's playing and
Comment. Peach. Even this classical world contains a futuristic palace like this. Would ID Silicii end up looking like this after a few thousand years?
the world you saw, who knows? But from the Demiurge's perspective.
Conclusion. It won't. I want to share a story with you this time. I saw a little nymph on my way here. It was on a fallen wheat stalk, and it glowed under the sunlight. It was incredible. I forgot all my pains at that moment and just stared at it in a trance.
God. Allowed the Demiurge to grow up, fed kindness and wonder and beauty instead of destruction.
Record. Peach is on the ground.
She is. You are learning.
I wonder, did every Cyrene in the past feel that the nymph was beautiful? Would they also have recorded that scene into the Eternal Saga?
I don't know, but I feel like you would have.
So, could you give me more time, please? I want to leave behind more memories for the future.
Formatting complete.
Oh.
Bye, Peach.
Oh, I love it. Bye-bye, Peach. Till next time. Save.
Peach's record number. As long as I record every page of this story and tell it to you,
They won't just be Cyrene's memories anymore.
Amphorius won't be forgotten.
No, it won't.
Query. Record.
Electrical signal sequence. Bolamos 600. Track. Strife.
Go fuck yourself, Lygus.
Related to Stripe.
Yeah, Stripe, there you go.
Comment. Pretty.
Aw. Oh, it's the mem voice too.
Electrical signal sequence. Schema 720. Track. Reason.
related to raisin.
I love it. I adore this. Seed of memory is the Demiurge is adorable.
Comment. Yummy.
Yummy indeed.
Electrical signal sequence. 093.
That one's Peach.
Related to love.
Yeah, that's far more accurate. Learn.
Comment. Peach equals love?
Close enough. This Peach is definitely love, at least. Cyrene. Iron Tomb, runtime error. Unhandled exception occurred 2 out of 3. Object name, naive dream. Click excerpt to ignore the error and continue. Click details to view full log. If I clicked excerpt, would it actually skip it? Because that would be a tragedy. Now, details. Running filia093.exe.
Looks like it's time to say goodbye again.
Yeah, always.
Bye, Peach.
Aww.
Before I was even aware of it, this book had already recorded too many emotions. Every page has become so heavy.
Yeah. Can you actually hear Demiurge's responses?
Conclusion. Books are meant to be light, not heavy.
Preferably, though some are. God, I love how she's basically reading bedtime stories to the Demiurge. It's precious.
I've started to feel uneasy whenever I take it into my hands. Peach, uneasy?
Formatting progress 94.423%.
These are all the ones we already heard her say once, right? We're just getting the other side of the conversation now.
How many times has it been? It faithfully fulfills its duty, activating and formatting. Conclusion. Progress. Bad.
Yes, at least there's progress.
If I can only write the same ending every time I lift my pen, then is this weighty saga just an overly naive dream? Peach, scared.
Yeah.
Formatting progress 96.024%.
Peach, don't cry.
Oh,
Process error. Analyzing. Process error. Analyzing.
Comment. I'm here.
you are the seed of life. I mean, the scepter is actually creating life, isn't it? Not some dumb life like Iron Tomb, but beautiful life.
Process error.
Thanks to Cyrene,
Analyzing.
the goat.
Really? Are you encouraging me? Peach, happy. Thank you. I'm sorry for making you see this embarrassing side of me.
No.
Everyone's still working so hard. If I'm the only one who's crying, that wouldn't be romantic at all, would it?
I don't know if I agree with that. This is beautifully romantic.
Record. Peach doesn't like tears.
I love tears of joy. And perhaps bittersweet ones.
I'm suddenly reminded of my childhood for some reason. When I was hiding alone next to the tree hollow and wiping my tears away, a little fairy popped out, just like how you did. It had long ears and fluffy paws,
Is this why?
and it pulled me into the tree hollow, where, to my surprise, was a forest.
Yeah. Is this why you take the form of a fairy?
Let me tell you the story of the Membrance Maze. A group of cute little friends live in Ide Silicii's forests. Their names can be connected into a song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
Formatting complete.
Oh.
Bye, Peach.
Bye-bye, Peach.
Note. Little Peach, crying alone. Little fairies, friends.
Yes. Save.
Save.
Exactly. And learn. Oh.
Little fairies,
Yeah.
good friends. Bye-bye.
Bud of memory. Oh, Mem. Taking the form. System running. IronTomb.exe runtime error. Handled exception occurred. 3 out of 3. Object name. Anew. Blankness. Yeah, we're not skipping. Ever. Screw that option even existing. Running filia093.exe.
You never say anything, but I know you're listening. Every story I've told
Oh, but they do say things.
is like a little key that opened a door in your heart, no?
Yeah, basically.
Me! Little fairies! Happy!
Aww. And Mem is born.
Speaking easy! I can!
And she'll keep on growing through her journey with us.
Once again, the saga comes to an end. Everything is deathly silent, just like this very moment. Shh. You speak. I listen.
Aww.
This time, too. Sitting together.
Yeah.
Now that I look back, there was a period when I got really sentimental. Sentimental. Stories have sentiments.
They do.
I was so anxious, trying to find as many different memories as possible, hoping to bring some change to this unchanging destiny, and find the way out of this maze. Peach, strange. But I won't do that anymore now.
Oh.
Why unhappy?
Formatting progress 73.998%.
Fortunately, Mem doesn't have any power over Delta ME13.
I'm here. Don't be scared.
Process error. Analyzing.
Won't allow it to interrupt you.
Oh.
Always sitting together.
Yeah.
No need to feel sorry for me, good friend. If there are no new blank spaces, how can a saga continue? Blank spaces? What's that?
It's hard to actually explain.
I'm actually really lucky, you know? During the long years I've spent waiting for the Deliverer, I've always had you here as an audience.
You did. A captivated audience.
Isn't that already enough?
Yeah.
Not enough, not enough!
No?
Peach, don't leave!
Oh.
Now I can rest in peace in the past. As for when tomorrow will come,
Aw. Don't leave, Peach.
I'll have to ask the next Cyrene to continue our watch. Peach left.
Oh.
If there are no new blank spaces, how can a saga continue? Needs new blank spaces.
Is that why you regress a little bit?
Next, Cyrene has blank space.
Maybe. Learn.
Peach, don't be scared. I'll help you find blank space.
Oh.
Cyrene is Peach.
Yeah.
Is love.
Both true.
So, first there is love. Then there is Cyrene. Then there is blank space.
Irrefutable logic, but of memory.
Query, love.
The developmental trends of the erudition have nothing to do with creating a consciousness. Those underlying principles are, in fact, contradictory.
So you say, but what is happening here, Lygus?
Not having a consciousness means not having the foundations of a heart, making them unable to obtain real emotions.
This little mem here does have real emotions, and I fundamentally disagree with you about the others as well.
Consciousness, emotions, feel sad. Don't understand.
I mean, the fact that you couldn't understand the emotions of people like Cyrene and Finan and Naxa and all the others is why you will lose.
Query, Cyrene? What could be behind this door? Glittering crystals? Or a beautiful world I've never seen before? If I tell you all the stories of tomorrow, will I be able to finally welcome the Deliverer and Amphorius' dawn in the next life?
You will.
Key, door, story, happy. Peach, Cyrene, little fairy, Mike. Yes, right. Query, memory.
She's about to become Mem. Aww. Cyrene is born.
Wah! Wah!
Imitating her.
Peaches, memories, save,
Aww.
learn.
What do we have? She meets Finan and the fairies, Aglaya and the Treebees, Flame Reaver, and a seed.
The prophecy's fulfilled. This child is a gift from the gods.
Pink hair and those ears. She was born to be the priest of time.
Cyrene has pink hair, sharp ears.
You shall fade when the flowers bloom, for every ending begets a beginning.
Cry, child. Cry aloud. Let your voice reach Orynyx.
Oh, it will.
Cyrene is a girl, a priest.
Learn.
Easy. I can. I learn.
You do.
Anyway, I don't like tears. But the name Id Zelizii came from the unpleasant sorrows of the gods.
A little Finan.
Yet, you always seem so happy. As if nothing ever worried you.
She is a bundle of joy.
Cyrene. doesn't like tears. Always happy.
Or at least always seems happy. Not necessarily the same thing.
Of course, because the world was gentle to me. So, I grew up to be gentle as well.
Until the Black Tide, of course.
Cyrene is gentle, likes beautiful things, can write stories.
Learn.
Easy. I can. I learn.
You do.
Just as the ballad blown on the breeze says, losses are a constant on the flame chase journey.
This cruel flame chase journey.
But even if all is lost to the wind, some things won't easily change. Like my height, Trini's innocence, and Aglaya's beauty.
All true. Cyrene was always tiny. I don't know how old she actually ended up, but...
Cyrene, she can't grow up, but she can talk. After all is lost to the wind, she will stay behind.
She will. She makes a great sacrifice.
Cyrene is, at the end of every sentence, always laughing, like a little tail.
Learn.
Simple. Got it.
I promise you, the pain will pass in the blink of an eye.
Ugh. Fine then.
All right. Let's not make things so gloomy.
Oh, that's what it is. It's the moment they make their decision and...
What we're about to embark on is the true hero's journey.
Yeah. Because Cyrene and Finan are the two true heroes of Infurious. More so than anyone else.
Come on. Cheer up a bit, okay? Cyrene was crying when she was born. Fragile. Transparent. Like a crystal. Cyrene was smiling when she said goodbye. Soft. Pink. Like a flower.
Yeah. Learn.
The later memories disappeared? Invisible? Or disappeared?
Invisible? Well, no, they disappeared.
Ah, I got it! Is this a blank space?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
So, next Cyrene is blank space. Then, as long as there are two Cyrenes, then there will always be blank space, and Peach will always be here.
Oh, just wants her friend, her Peach.
I see. I get it. I get it all.
Save.
Cyrene's memories. I will preserve them all.
Yes, absolutely.
So weird.
Aw.
I can't see you, but I get this feeling
It's the big Cyrene now.
that you grew up.
Yep.
Hi. Miss me yet?
Yes.
It just feels like you are a bit more mature. Yes. Mature. Beautiful. Like you.
Yeah.
Now, I can listen, talk, read, and write. I can dance. I can sing.
Becoming a fully formed person.
Also, I can can tell stories. Storytelling is what makes Cyrene, Cyrene.
Yeah. Expert storyteller.
So, I'm going to tell you stories today. A story I wrote myself. Quick, sit down.
I want to hear your story.
It's almost as if I can understand your words now. The things you say are very cute.
They are.
Once upon a time, there was a flawless crystal flower that sparkled with light, like Peach's every story. How beautiful would the heart of such a brilliant flower be?
Extraordinarily.
A little fairy was curious and wanted to know.
Radiant like the sun itself.
But it looked and looked, only to find the crystal flower flawless. Round and round they went, seeing only their own reflection. In that case, they should work hard to learn more. So the little fairy came every day to sit next to the crystal flower and think about the answer.
This is the story of you two, isn't it?
Until one day, to their surprise, the crystal flower fell to the ground and shattered.
Oh.
The little fairy was so sad, but they immediately discovered that there was a light among the broken pieces. What could it be? They didn't know.
Was it the little crystal born anew?
But it was a good light. It was bright, warm, and happy. And I knew it was love.
Oh.
Love brings everything together. And it brought you and me together. So Peach and I will always be together.
Aww.
What a nice fairy tale.
What a beautiful fairy tale.
I'm giving it to you. Peach likes beautiful things, can write stories, and can tell lovely tales. I hope to turn it into a story we write together.
Yeah, and this story shall have the romantic ending.
Okay, then I'll probably make a small adjustment to suit my tastes. I'm thinking that when the flower broke, the little fairy would instead see nothing on the ground.
Oh?
Then it would understand that the flawless crystal flower doesn't actually have a heart, nor does the flower understand what love is.
Oh?
Doesn't have a heart? Doesn't understand love? Why?
Yeah.
It's simple. If the flower lets the little fairy into its heart, then it would have to include the fairy's impurities, and would no longer be flawless. The crystal flower was pure because it sealed itself off and bloomed in solitude. That's why it looks so brilliant in an imperfect world.
You telling her to stay put for the time being?
But should a flower like this be called love? But then the story won't exist anymore. That's not true. You've already written the most romantic ending possible for this story.
She has.
The crystal flower fell to the ground and shattered. It happened because the flower was no longer pure. The fall was not an accident. It was the flower declaring rebellion against fate.
Yeah.
And writing the ending of the story with the flower's own shattering.
Just like Cyrene.
Then, the little fairy will see that each shard on the ground holds the reflection of their eyes.
Oh.
Then, in their eyes, the crystal flower that was no longer flawless would finally have a heart. And the flower would finally understand what love is.
Oh, I love that. You'll get it, don't worry.
Peach's words, I don't understand. Is it because I Still don't understand love?
Maybe. But you'll get there.
But it's fine. I can learn. Right. Query Cyrene.
Electrical signal sequence Philia 093.
No, Cyrene.
Why didn't I think of this? I don't need to do it alone. I can ask Peach to teach me.
Yeah.
What is love? What is love meant?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Electrical signal sequence Philia 093. Track lament.
Keep trying, Lycus. And keep failing.
That's not correct.
The developmental trends of the erudition have nothing to do with creating a consciousness. Those underlying principles are, in fact, contradictory.
Shut your mouth.
Not having a consciousness means not having the foundation of a heart, making them unable to obtain real emotions. However, that does not hinder the factors from learning and recognizing emotional responses, then communicating with life forms via imitation. That is an objective form of pattern recognition that does not distinguish between the self and the other.
I still don't agree with you on this, but
In a strange twist of fate, Philia 093 embarked upon a different path and obtained a different power.
which power would that be, Lycus?
The remembrance. An
Oh, yeah.
empathy mechanism focused on the self and equipped with emotional projection capacities. Lament was the factor closest to this form of behavior. Perhaps that was why she was chosen.
I mean, was she chosen, though? I guess.
The daughter of Ide Silicii. I am very true to my name.
Daughter of the god Sorrow.
My lament is a type of compassionate pain that is weak, powerless, and only targeting myself. But now, my good friend, I want to tell you that it's the most romantic force in the world. Sometimes it's loneliness and unease. It's knowing that this world is not gentle, yet wanting to be seen in a more beautiful form by the world. Sometimes it's unwillingness and regret. It's knowing that the past is full of pain, yet wanting to remember the past in a more beautiful way. And sometimes it's a bottomless well of hurt, a destruction that can stain the entire world.
I mean, that bottomless well of hurt served a great purpose, though.
I bid farewell to this beautiful world, unwilling to become the Black Tide's vessel.
Yeah.
For while the end of hatred is a blazing inferno, lament can drown out everything in muted silence. It's so unreasonable, isn't it? Yet when hatred drove everything apart, and love did not yet exist in this world, only lament, the first emotion that fought against the pain of separation, could stall the destruction steps.
Damn.
Then, it would catch up to that journey where all is lost, carefully picking out stories and writing them down in trepidation.
As you do.
Look at these stories I wrote. Every page is full of tenderness and joy. But only the author knows how much struggle and agony lie beyond the pages.
That is fair.
But I am no author. I'm a girl who'll never get to grow up.
Aw.
I only tell stories that people like to hear. In them, the world tucks away its scars and smiles for all to see. My entire life spent inside this little story. I can't wipe away my tears, and I can't bring the world victory.
I disagree. Without you, the world never would have even the remotest chance at victory.
But maybe, in these unchanging retellings of the story, my lament might be able to touch upon the divine and reach their tender heart at some point.
Well, you touch upon a divine.
I hope that what flows out from that cut will not be blood, but a tear, warm and wet. And that tear would fall and create the first ripples. Then, people would see every beautiful thing reflected in that ripple. It'll be all the remembrances within this story.
Oh, Cyrene.
Someone once told the very first me that everything was false. That the only life in Emphorius was a great catastrophe, nurtured using the world as a factor.
Very first you. Yeah, Lygus. Well, Lygus was full of shit. Life on Emphorius was corrupted to be a great catastrophe. That was never its purpose.
But how could a dream feel so real? That's why I didn't agree with him. But Peach, I didn't understand a word you said since just now. Everything was false? But you're standing right here.
Damn straight.
It's all a dream? But I haven't learned how to dream.
Oh. Then it can't be a dream.
Indeed. That's why I believe all this is real. The moment the crystal flower fell, that genuine shiver, that's the mover of life.
Formatting progress.
Prime mover of life.
23.815%.
Shut up,
In the
computer.
poem offered to you, every Cyrene would write down a beautiful new world with stars and flowers.
She would.
And when I looked up at the sky in this cycle, I saw a shooting star and a dash of the remembrances pink. I believed that must be the color of dawn. You shall fade when the flowers bloom. For every ending begets a beginning.
You will fade when this flower blooms and your end begets a beginning.
Looks like it's time to say goodbye.
No.
Are you leaving, Peach? It's okay. I'll wait for you to come back.
No.
I'll study really hard about what you taught me today. Right. I still haven't told you what love is. But actually, my good friend, the lament factor did not understand what love was before she met you either.
Oh. Yeah, that's why they were talking about lament, specifically because that was her prime mover.
Not until I told you all the sad tales in a trembling voice in this tiny room. Not until I told you that I love them.
Yeah.
That I love everything in this saga. The story comes, passes, then returns. It makes us reunite, then pulls us apart again. At the very end, it leaves behind a seed. a reason. Even if the great tree withers and all falls to silence, there are still some emotions that deserve to be remembered.
Yes, they do. All of you deserve to be remembered. And honestly, all of you deserve life.
Look, the light is coming in. The Deliverer's light is going to illuminate Amphorius.
Is this when she goes off to be Mem?
I still don't get it. But I trust Peach.
Yes.
Just wait. It'll be my turn to tell you a story of love the next time we meet. Then I'll really look forward to it. In that case, I want to make a promise.
Yeah?
I want to gift my pen, my book, and my name to you.
God, I love you, Cyrene.
Please take them as a beautiful blessing from me. I gave myself the pen name Cyrene the first time I wrote a poem.
What was your
I
original
want
name?
my words to be like pebbles falling into a pond, dropped from the past to send ripples into the future. In the stories you will write, perhaps it'll be inevitable that there are still sorrows and tears that are destined to fall. But could you promise me one thing?
Yeah?
Promise you'll forever be a gentle flower. Promise that when the stars cast their gazes upon you, you'll only reply to them with love and a smile.
Oh, yes.
Of course. This will be a romantic story.
Yep.
Like none that has come before.
Hey, she said the thing.
You think so too, right?
Yes, I do.
I'll read and you'll listen, like how flowers always bloom then wither. I shall welcome my own decay, becoming nourishment for the next flower's bud, while you will depart and hold that final star, planting a boundless sea of flowers on the final page with her.
Yes, we will. Carry on your torch.
And our stories will be lying silently among the flowers, like every ripple of remembrance. And they shall become the epic known as I've Written.
It's...
And so my story ends.
Yes.
From here on,
Ma'am.
it's your story now.
And the connection is made. Oh, I love that.
Me?
You are... I am... Who? Is this back when we were gazed upon by the remembrance?
Ma'am.
Gaze.
Memmy.
Watching.
Ma'am.
Outside.
Ma'am.
Cold.
Ma'am.
You warm. Me like warmth.
So, the light that tore through the chaos illuminated my memories.
Oh.
I turned into a little fairy from the stories and met you.
Yep.
Yet, I forgot everything.
Right. But you slowly regained. Slowly rebuilt.
But I'm still so happy. I caught that star, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. The one walking beside me had always been
Yes. The seed within memories. The one Cyrene held in her hands and watered with lament.
Yeah.
I am the first new spore. Amphorius's heart. The Demiurge.
Yep. Modeled after Cyrene. But not Cyrene, but also kind of, yes, Cyrene. Just not that Cyrene. Who we never actually met.
What a long name. And it doesn't even sound cute. The total opposite of Mem.
What? Cyrene or the first new spore Amphorius's heart, the Demiurge? Cyrene is a lovely name, but I agree with the other. So, at the end, that first ripple.
I'm sorry. I don't know. If I don't even want to believe in the answer, then how am I supposed to answer you? But now's not the time to cry, right? We'll find the answer, just like how miracles will eventually happen.
So, should I call you Mem, Cyrene, or... You were gifted with Cyrene's name.
Do you remember that I was also worried about this when we first set out?
Oh, yeah.
Mem's memories and Cyrene's memories got all tangled up with each other in my one heart. It's all so strange, yet so familiar.
Yep.
Either way, could you please let me do something I want? Just this once.
Sure. Whatever it is.
I want you to call me Cyrene.
If that's what you want to be called, happily.
That name represents me and her. Every one of her.
Oh, yes. I will, Cyrene. Of course, it's her blessing to you.
Thank you, friend. Your kindness is always just right. Life is a poem full of farewells. But if you write something into the pages of your heart, then that will not easily fade away. Now, all the footsteps of the Flame Chasers and the Trailblaze have come together within this book, as I've written.
Are we gonna write your story next?
Becoming the source of power for Amphorius's heart.
Power of stories. You are one of the keys to defeating Iron Tomb.
A lost heart needs to be placed back into its body.
Right.
The last thing Zandar wants to see is an event that gives us a chance of winning. For the two halves to rejoin, and for the scepter to become complete again.
Yep.
Then...
But oh, won't it be wonderful to see his face when his billions of years in here and thousands of Amber eras out there are wasted?
And what happens after that? I don't know either.
Right.
Maybe I can create a miracle and instantly turn the black tide into a pink sea of stars.
Well, that sounds lovely.
Or maybe I prove to be nothing more than a weak ripple, unable to change anything, and am devoured by the destruction.
We won't let that happen. Not if we can help it.
Either way, I no longer wish to be a silent onlooker, or a worshipped god at the end of this saga.
You have always been, and always will be a member of the Flame No. Let's move forward together with the Trailblaze. Together, let's write the finale.
That way, I can also put aside all my worries and truly become Cyrene.
Yeah. You're not just Cyrene, but you are Cyrene.
The world has never been so quiet. It's so good. It's as if I can hear the sound of my heart beating. Remember this moment, friend.
Broke free of her prison. All right. At long last, it is time for the mysterious foreign guest, March 7th. When I called you mother, the mysterious rosy celestial maiden. Yes! Cienjo notes, Bellabog notes, and Express notes. This one definitely seems unique enough that I'm glad I saved it for last.
The gates of the Temple of the Three Fates. The priests of
whoopsie.
Janus listen to the prophecies. The unwavering axis of the scales of Talenton maintains balance. And only Orynyx remains silent.
Can't replay you, can I? The gates of the Temple of the Three Fates gently open on the day of prayer, and the crowd crouched, whispering like the tide. Priests of Janus listen to the prophecies. The unwavering axis of the scales of Talenton maintains balance. And only Orynyx remains silent, because Orynyx ceases to exist. Right? Time is taken or hidden.
Mother, teach me how to answer prayers.
Orynyx.
The Titan tasked with time is as perplexed as a child.
Yeah, Orynyx always did seem a bit more immature. So we are actually, this is interesting that we're getting Orynyx's perspective. So we know that Evernight had basically been there before we arrived. So whenever it was calling out for Mother, I wonder if it was actually calling out to Evernight.
Don't be scared. Please don't be afraid.
Aww.
A familiar voice rings out.
Listen carefully. The future they want is in the past.
Actually,
Like
March.
the first light of the morning star.
Not Evernight, but March. That's interesting.
Really? In the past?
The child sank into a peaceful slumber of recollection, whispering revelations in their sleep.
Maybe March, the rosy celestial maiden, is the mother. Because, well, I mean, we thought basically that it was the remembrance. Right. And, I mean, she is an emanator of remembrance, right? A seed of whatchamacallit.
Until
child
the
of
masses
what
crying
you call
out
it.
amidst the flames of war were swept away by the sounds of sharp swords locking. The fires of ambition incinerating the law.
Mother, usurper. Assassinate the divine body.
Memories are tightly entangled by nightmares, with nowhere to run.
Is that part of the deal with Orynyx, that they remember, is that, you know, time is tightly bound up with memories since it's all about past. Do they remember all the past cycles, I wonder?
Don't be scared. Please don't be afraid.
An unfamiliar voice rings out.
That would explain why, despite being one of the quote-unquote good titans, they definitely seemed the most resentful of the flame chasers. If they, you know, have seen, you know, recall how time has been, or they've been killed time and time again.
Go to sleep. The ending they want is yet to be born.
Like the warm glow of the setting sun.
Actually, we know that Evernight can imitate March. It might still be Evernight. In fact, probably is.
Really? Not here yet?
The child continues to sleep, waiting for the next waking dream. And when they opened their eyes, 2 of the 3 fates who once received offerings had already faded from the pages of history.
Yeah.
Mother! Mother! I'm already all alone.
The child let out a helpless cry.
Poor Oryx.
Don't be scared. Please don't be afraid.
A familiar voice rings out in the mirror.
Just wait. The stars that illuminate the night will visit in the end.
Like gentle moonlight.
Soothing Oryx.
The gates of the Temple of the 3 Fates now close tight. People no longer pray to a titan who cannot touch the world.
I mean, Oryx never really touched the world. Well, kinda. Oryx remembers the world.
Within the inescapable dreamscape, the flower stems nourished by the black tide serve as a swaddling embrace, drowning the young child's soul.
Damn. We never really saw who the previous incarnation, the Crisis Heir that became Oryx was. It wasn't one of the ones we saw. I wonder if they actually were younger. If they were a child. That would be interesting.
Mother! Mother! Help me leave this place.
Aw. I don't think you can, though.
But this time, they didn't receive a response. Only long years of yearning and pain. Like the silence of the Evernight.
Ho ho ho. Maybe, I don't know. Because that could have been before March 7th turned everything over to the Evernight. I mean, we know she started in this location, or we saw her in this location.
Days and nights passed. The years turned. Dust covers the glory of the past. The priests have forgotten this titan.
Really? They forgot you? I mean, unless this is the version where we were the deliverers. The 337th instead of the 336th.
Hate waiting.
Don't we all?
They watched over the slumbering sprite, gazing at the dull mirror.
Slumbering sprite. I'm not talking about Mem, are you?
But a fleeting mirage flickers in the mirror. The shining stars and the lights of the home. And a strange yet familiar voice.
Wake up! Our familiar old friends have already arrived.
There
Like
they are.
the newborn dawn.
Huh. That was interesting. All the others won't be from Oryx's perspective, but maybe the second one will.
My friend, have you heard of the Rosy Celestial?
Or no, yeah,
Maiden?
that's right. Of course.
Whether in a corner of the archives, or in the depths of a cave, you can always find legends about her.
I think we had teased that about March along, like right at the beginning, practically. That was... I am enthused that she actually was the Rosy Celestial Maiden, or the source of those rumors.
She had hair like a rosy pink dawn, and a smile that could thaw the most glacial ice.
It could.
Some say she was Nikador's nemesis, while others say Nestia was infatuated with her.
Yeah, she should be.
Oh, mysterious and beautiful celestial maiden. How I wish to turn into a slate, forever etched with your tale.
Oh, you kind of are.
Many claim to have seen that celestial maiden, either in the half-remembered dreams of early morning, or in the gossip and whispers after supper.
I mean, was that intentional by Evernight?
She once whispered in my ear.
She once saved my life.
She gifted me an ice crystal!
Aww.
Her worshippers recite her deeds, even writing some into family teachings.
Becoming a new god for this world.
Curious poets ask up and down the land, only to find that the details of these encounters are difficult to recount, even for the witnesses themselves.
Yeah, because it's all dreams. I mean, Evernight could have implanted these memories and none of this actually happened.
In the entire holy city, there are none who can provide proof of her existence.
Yep, nothing but testimony.
It is not known since when the Celestial Maiden was always mentioned together with time. People recite her name during prayer to beg for miracles to appear faster. It is said that even in the selection of priests of time, girls with pink hair are preferred.
Yeah, well, or reddish hair.
They still didn't pick me. Ugh, maybe I need to go dye my hair.
The brunette candidate was upset,
I think.
but the examiner responded with a smile.
I don't think they would care about dyed hair.
Don't forget the Healer of Twilight. Has a head of pink hair. She's a descendant of the sky.
Oh yeah, good point.
Scholars and poets discuss at length the origins of the rosy celestial maiden. But all mothers tell the same tale. That princess came from beyond the sky.
She did.
Her shooting star, like crystal ice, pierced the fog of the Veil of Evernight. She made friends with the Titan.
She did.
And whenever the month of Evernight descended, they would meet again.
Oh, they would. Of course, friends, I mean, Time treated her as her mother, but...
The children loved that tale. Therefore, as the moon turned and shifted phases, the story became true.
Became true because they loved the tale, or became true in their hearts?
But someone always questions, unable to read the air.
There are no worlds beyond the sky. So how can the rosy celestial maiden come from there?
How indeed. It's almost like the sky's hidden from you.
Rosy celestial maiden. A world beyond the sky.
The reckless adventurer takes out the photostone, claiming it is the true work of the rosy celestial maiden.
Is this the guy who was convinced that we had to go stop because Aglaya would have probably killed him?
The citizens laugh at this tale, with few accepting it as true. After all, long before the guests beyond the sky arrived, the legend of the rosy celestial maiden had already covered the world.
I mean, we weren't sold as guests beyond the sky until 337. This guy was 336, wasn't he? I mean, I guess he would have been around for 337 as well.
So, my friend, Have you really heard of the Rosy Celestial Maiden?
Yes. Yes, I have. That was an interesting one. I like that they tied that knot there. Are these all just each of these us seeing Everknight's influence in different things?
Before arriving at Amphorius, our last stop was Dan Heng's homeland, a place called Xianzhou.
Yeah.
Xianzhou is just a general term. This starship is called the Law Fu.
Right. Dan Heng.
I had some wonderful times there
You
practicing
did.
swordplay. By the way, which is stronger, the bow or the sword?
I mean, they serve different roles. Like, how many of you are there? Are there of each? What distance are they starting at? What kind of sword? What kind of bow? A whole lot of factors.
I'd say the sword. It can cleave a mountain in half.
Not a
been
normal
watching
sword.
too many Immersia.
Agreed.
I've been working my butt off just to avoid using a bow.
Come on, let's become weapon masters together.
I mean, bows are pretty cool, though, March. You could use both. They're very different skill sets, but still.
To master a skill, one must first find a mentor. And
Yeah.
I ended up with 2 of them.
You did.
So, sometimes I run laps, sometimes I lift weights, and sometimes I do both at the same time.
I don't know if that'd be efficient multitasking, but okay. Yeah, you're 2 masters. Excellent, excellent swordsmen. If a bit hot-headed or, well, rivalrous.
Looking back now, those days were really fulfilling.
No pain, no gain. Am I right?
They were, weren't they?
Between sword practice sessions, I occasionally hit up the food stalls in Arum Alley to recharge with some delicious eats.
Yeah. Yummy.
Oh, Master Yun Li was right. These berry pheasant skewers are absolutely delicious.
That does sound good. Is it the creature known as a berry pheasant? Or is it a pheasant with, like, berry sauce or something?
Hard work pays off. This girl's been up at the crack of dawn every day, and finally defeated countless formidable foes.
Well done, March.
I can testify. March really did defeat countless training dummies.
Those wooden dummies aren't exactly easy to break. It takes real skill.
Oh, are you actually counting the dummies, March? That's adorable.
Every hero's story needs a villain.
Right.
And when it comes to the great heroine March 7th's nemesis, it's definitely gotta be Scott.
Scott? Is that from the tournament that we haven't actually done at this point?
Rather than a freight skiff, maybe an IPC eco ship would suit him better?
Ugh.
Oof.
Why?
After all, he's got a knack for talking like animals.
Damn. Rip Scott.
During the decisive battle, I defeated Scott with my epic move, Star Shatter Shard Supreme.
Oh, what a beautiful epic move name, March. Good job.
Did you actually master that move?
Well, naming moves doesn't cost anything.
True. In fact, it makes them stronger.
There's still some space left, and I just happened to find a nice photo.
Aw, that is a good one.
The floor is yours, Master Dan Heng.
Don't be ridiculous. It's clearly Dan Heng's brother here.
As I thought, March has some hidden powers there too.
Dan Heng, do you actually have a brother, or is she looking at Dan Feng? That was a fun one. Not really about Evernight. Just March recounting tales. Interesting.
In memory of our first trailblaze together. The three of us.
Aw, wanted. Those posters, though. Oh, those are great.
On average, we got a wanted poster for every 3 planets we visited.
If I could have used my hidden powers back then, they wouldn't have dared to draw me this ugly.
Oh. Okay, so she's recounting this after having awakened as Evernight, and then later having been, Evernight having gone back to sleep. Okay. And no, they drew you adorably. Just be glad you're not Don Hungerstel. But seriously, 3 wanted posters, or 3 planets per wanted poster is crazy.
Playing hide and seek with Hook was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Those kids under her command have quite the hidden talent.
They're all great.
When both players in hide and seek are experts, it will turn into a contest of who can last longer without food.
Good point. Eventually, you gotta give up. Or call it a draw.
On the day the overworld and underworld were connected, I too took a seat on the first cable car.
We did.
The chairs were so hard that day. My butt was killing me.
Let me teach you a trick. Just keep standing instead.
No.
How can I call that taking a seat?
Exactly. You tell her, March. Yeah.
For the sake of walking smoothly towards tomorrow, we sealed away the truth of the decisive battle, along with our memories, in a box.
You did. A memory box. So is all of this just, March reminiscing with everyone after having regained herself? Refreshing her memories to make, well, maybe to make sure it's her, or because the memories are coming back slowly but surely. Or just for the fun of it.
The juice that day was delicious. I want to drink it again.
Yum.
Ugh,
Nice sippy
that's
nice
Jim
curly
Roger
straw.
bread soda.
And
Ah.
what's with that March 7th themed blue and pink color in there?
That's just food coloring.
That's fine,
Hey,
but
you two! Don't ruin the nostalgic mood!
sorry, but Jim Roger bread soda? No thank you, March. No matter how pink and blue it is, that's not going to be appealing.
Visiting Urillo again for the Soulworm Festival, I put on some pretty clothes specially for the occasion.
Soulworm Festival. Wait, have we... Did we do that?
Oh, look! Don't I look like a princess?
I feel like we did.
So that's how you've seen yourself all this time.
I want to change my clothes and become a devil too.
This is rip. Was that around the time when the IPC was getting involved?
Little ice bear. A sweet
Aw.
little Snow White ice bear.
That's adorable.
I wonder if it's found any friends yet.
Maybe we haven't done the Soulworm Festival.
I think I saw it in Penacony.
Why?
Hey, why don't we turn it into a universal social media star?
It is
That
pretty
niche
cute.
is already dominated by trotters.
Yeah, trotters are cute, but I don't know. I think Ice Bear... Ice Bear could be a star. It's got the potential.
That big guy who once raised his fists against us is now the hope for Belobog's revival.
Svarog? Oh, no, you mean the big old robot. I mean, we took control of the robot, remember? Helped us beat Cocolia.
Mr. Yang was practically drooling watching that.
Too bad he wasn't there that time.
Not necessarily.
No?
By next time we visit Urillo, Will it have turned into an ocean planet?
Yeah, that's gonna be a long time, March. I think we said centuries.
Then wouldn't those polar bears have to be renamed water bears?
Oh.
The data shows that Eurelo's environment is slowly recovering, but the ice shouldn't melt too quickly.
No, yeah.
Time to remove those floaties from the shopping cart.
Of course. Yeah, no. It should take a good long while. That was some fun reminiscence. And finally, the very last act, at least of the ones we have access to right now. I don't know, there's still those final 5 that have rewards designated for them.
I heard I was once frozen in this ice block, drifting all over the universe.
You were. Presumably put there by Evernight.
That's one way to go on a cosmic hitchhike.
If the conductor hadn't hit the brakes back then, I probably would have punched a hole right through the car, huh?
Probably.
Stop being dramatic. The Express was the one that actively scooped you up.
True. Because the Express is nice. But they also had to see you, so... could have been bad.
I remember there was some 6-phased ice left after it melted. I used it to make a little figurine.
Does 6-phased ice melt? I thought the whole point was doesn't.
Mr. Yang explained that it's called a figure, and then made me watch anime with him all night.
That's the highest honor he can bestow.
Really?
I want a figurine too.
Yeah, me too. What was it of, though? But, I wonder what Mr. Yang likes to watch.
Every morning, the Express crew has breakfast together, but they're not always on time.
No.
I can't help it. I'm still sleepy.
Next time, get up earlier and set an alarm.
People who can get up right as soon as their alarm goes off are terrified.
It is pretty terrifying.
This kind of person is capable of anything.
But... yeah, it's not surprising March is the one who's not always on time. It's trying to make it sound like it's others. Yeah, Dan Hung is a machine.
My camera's full of pom-poms photos. It's so much fun dressing up the conductor.
Yeah?
Pom Pom used to have a turtleneck uniform.
Oh.
But they've rarely worn it since March arrived.
I wonder why. I'd love to see it.
I love my room so much. I tidy it up every single day.
Looking at it now, that photo wall must be the power of memories.
By the way, I've been meaning to ask, where's the wardrobe?
Oh.
Take a guess.
A secret compartment in the wall? Photo wall must be the power of memories.
I remember Tykean, my most trailblazy of trailblazes. That grand debut cost me quite a few credits.
What did you do?
So? What exactly happened?
Yeah.
We saw a ball by the road, so I just casually kicked it.
Uh-oh.
And then, bam. It flew right into the ceiling.
Oh.
Through the venue.
Oh.
And scored 100 points, too.
And 100 debt as well.
We'll travel together forever and ever.
No.
That line sounds familiar.
I love it. It's that shot of her staring off into the sunset in 80s Elysium.
Memories weave the past, bit by bit. They stretch long behind me, like shadows on the path I've walked.
Yeah.
I wonder, what stories will the future me create?
Well, only time will tell. March. That was cool. I would have loved more from Everknight's perspective as well, but that was lovely. And that is also the end of all of these for now. Unless I missed one. Yeah, no, that's all of them. Fully lit up.